All right, I'll be back. You get locked in when power goes out, or do you have a backup mechanical way of opening the door? No, it actually runs on batteries, so it's actually, I don't actually get locked out of my house. Except if the batteries die, in which case I cannot get into my apartment. I have to call someone from the company, and they have to come out to my apartment and, I don't know, hit the door with an axe or something. There's no key. And I was complaining to the management company. I'm like, can I have... I don't even have the code to get into my own door. They wouldn't tell me the code. They only give me a key that unlocks, like an RFID card, like a credit card, basically, that opens the door. But I'm like, what if those shits get demagnetized constantly? What if it gets demagnetized and I literally can't get into my own apartment? What the fuck? So it's a whole... You can, though, use a flipper zero to open my door. So imagine a world where, you know, sure, we're so technologically smart that we don't have these metal things you have to carry around everywhere. Instead, you just have a piece of plastic that can be hacked by a person with a laptop. You can hack my door? You can hack my door. You can, what the fuck do we mean? We invented nothing. We went from a thing that you can't hack, that you need a piece of metal for, and like, yeah, you could pick the lock, but like, you can hit the door with a hammer until it opens as well, right? We went from that to like, anyone with a flipper zero can open my door? What the fuck, man? What the fuck is that? Kind of crashing out about it. Yo, what's up, Oberon and Incrediben? Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Like I said, I need to run. I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes. I need to go get a real coffee. The tea is not hitting as hard as I need it to for me to do dev work. I'm gonna go get a real coffee. So talk amongst yourself for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. My iPhone can't open the door like that, but theoretically you can use the NFC chip in your phone to open my door, which is another thing I'm mad about. But We're so back. I have a real coffee now. Thing is, it's massive. I think if I drink the whole thing, I'll probably get sick. So I'm not gonna drink the whole thing. But I'm gonna drink like half? Third maybe? It's also cold, which is kind of piecing me up. Just kind of cold coffee. Oi. As someone who has a caffeine addiction, man, that first sip of coffee, that shit hits every time. It's so good. Microwaving coffee? I don't think I can microwave this coffee because it's in a plastic bottle. Rules is written, if you microwave a plastic bottle, you just instantly die or something. Or you take 10d6 toxic damage or something like that. Hey, what's up, Mustafa? Welcome in. Something like that, I don't know. Okay. We can go back to making video games now. So this is the game that we're making. I think the controller still works, yeah? No, it doesn't. Wait, why does my controller not work? Please? What are we doing? We're making a game for Godot Wild Jam number 92. The theme is brewing. So this is the game so far. You can pick up, this is the plant area. You can pick up a plant. You can put it into the cask. In the cask area, it brews the beer or whatever, and then you pick it up and you put it into the bar. And then you can go to the computer and theoretically buy stuff, but I don't know what yet. Yeah, something like that. That's the plan. For today, what we need to do is do the inventory system and be able to buy seeds and then plant them into the dirt. So this needs to be slightly upgraded to actually not just be like a green rectangle, but be like an actual plant you can pick up. I'm gonna try to make a game for this jam, but I don't know if I'll finish it. That's fine. It's all just about learning. It's okay. You don't have to finish. I'd finish like, what, half? That might even be generous. I don't even know if I have finished half of the ones I've started. All right, inventory. So let's start with the simplest version of the inventory, which is the stuff that's in the hotbar. So there'll be two sections of the inventory. One is the actual like in your pocket or whatever, but right now we just need the hotbar. So we'll do something like this. Export var inventory is an array of items. Like that. Now items doesn't exist yet, so we're gonna go make that. Script inherits from resource. This is what? Gonna be game devception for me? Hell yeah. Item resource. This should be item resource. You'll work alongside me? I'm so happy to hear that. Class name item resource extends resource. There we go. Did not find item resource in current scope. It's probably because I spelled it wrong or something. Oh, I didn't spell it wrong. Let's go. All right, at the start of the game, the array needs to be set to the inventory size. So let's see here. Our inventory size is going to equal, let's say you have 10 things in the hotbar. Not for a game jam though, but it's fine. That's okay. There's more game dev than just game jam. So like this. Okay, so at the start of the game, we need to set up inventory. Oh, great song, dude. Inventory equals. Can you do this? You can do this in Python. I don't know if you can do this in regular space. Are you allowed to do that? No, it hates that. Well, that's okay. We can just do it. We can do it the old way. For item index in inventory size, we say inventory equals inventory.append. Oh. Maybe we should use like an empty item here. Resize. Aha. Resize. Yeah. Inventory size. Let's do. New default elements usually null are added depending on the array's type. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm looking for. Also gonna work alongside you because for some reason school competitions have a tendency to be being held on Sundays and I have to monitor our work systems. What the fuck is up with that, huh? Didn't the kids already go to school for like 5 days? We're gonna shove them in for one more. That's messed up. Okay, here. Let's see. Okay. This is all well and good now. So we have an inventory. We need to actually display it on the screen somehow. Where's my canvas layer? The UI here. We're gonna have a thing that displays items down here. What happened to the fishing game you were working on? Never finished it. You know. It's on my... Was that for a jam too? No, that was just like a side project I was doing. That was more for content and didn't really work out. So I didn't continue doing it. Sorry. Okay, we need the inventory area. Or we need like a hotbar. No, built-in, right? Okay, didn't think. We probably need a margin container. We're gonna have the hotbar be the bottom part, so we're gonna anchor to the bottom. Fill the space, and then we're probably gonna take it down from like here, probably. Yeah. Okay, we need a hotbar now. So we have this. What does like Stardew Valley's hotbar look like? I'm gonna take something like that. Hotbar. Inventory. I just need like images of the hotbar. So something like this. This is what we're looking for. You'd be a millionaire if you were to publish all those projects you abandoned. All right, listen. You don't gotta attack me like that, okay? Who amongst us has who doesn't have some unfinished projects in their closet, huh? Something like this. So it's gonna be like half of this. Attack 100. Transform. Why is your size 1200? What? No, it isn't. I'm literally looking at you right now. I know it's not. Oh, that's the X. That's right. I'm stupid. Anchor at the bottom, please. Why does that reset the... Okay, so now we have this thing on the bottom that's anchored for us. This will be the hotbar. Hotbar. Hot single bars in your area. In here, this will be the margin container. Hotbar container. Anchor bottom would also do it. What do you mean by that? Because if I click this, it resets my anchors. Like it resets all my shit. And if I do this, it resets all my shit. Okay, add child node control. This would be the actual hotbar. So this would be the hotbar textured rect. So the bottom wide one. No, it does. Look, it resets the size still. Look. Boop. It zeroes out the wide. That's what I'm saying. I'm patch rect. We're going to put a little thing in here. That. Okay. And then we need a bunch of cells. So let's get one cell working first. Actually, yeah, let's make an inventory of exactly size 1 first, huh? You may have one item. Then we'll expand it to be the other hotbar keys. So this is a 9 patch rect, and I think I already have an asset for that for the gray panel. I do. This, and like that. Nice. And then this we have to adjust the margins. We'll do margin left, maybe like 100, maybe like 200. Top we can say like 10, bottom 10, and then right needs to be the same as left, so like 200. How's that for a hotbar? It's a little thick. Needs to be a little less thick. That was like 35. 35. Nope, that's too much. Okay, 15. That's better. And then maybe like 250. 250. How's that? That seems pretty reasonable. Seems pretty normal, pretty reasonable. Pick this up. Yeah. Put it over here. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Okay. This up again. Put it over here. That doesn't know how this game works. I forgot. Ah, okay. There we go. Okay. Now we need like a cell for the actual thing. So we need like something that goes here. So we need an H box. This will live in the 9-patch rect, I guess. Which means that maybe I want another margin container here. I do, yeah. Even though currently I don't think I need the margin container yet. So this is the hotbar background. Then this is the hotbar container. And then in here, we're going to have a child control that will have all of the stuff that actually like sits in the box in the inventory. So we need another 9-patch rect. Type this. Now the minimum sizing is going to be weird here. This margin container needs to actually fill the entire box for now. Means this will as well, which means this can actually take up space. This doesn't have a minimum size yet. What is the size of this like thing overall? It's 700. If the things are going to be 32, well, they're going to be 16 by 16. Oh shit. I'm realizing something. The pixel sizing is going to be all fucked. We should make these 32 by 32. So 32 by 32. 32 times 10 is 320. So this control... The margin container is going to be 32. Okay, margin container goes like this. And then in here we have a textured rect. Textured rect like this. This thing size is 32 by 32. So I'm going to... I need to go to GIMP or something, or Sprite. Sprite, please. Sprite, please. Sprite, please. Don't Google Ace. It's on my computer, man. Windows, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? How have you made an operating system this terrible? And I'm not even talking about 11 yet. That's crazy to me. I need like just a 32 by 32 PNG so I can use as a placeholder. New 32 by 32. I'm gonna draw a really shitty beer. Yeah. I need like a beer icon. I'm looking up a reference right now. We need something like this. That's a really good one, actually. That's insanely detailed. It's just a beer, little bro. Like, what the fuck? Yep. So I'm gonna silhouette it. So I'm gonna have like a mug. Yerp. And then I'm gonna have a little handle for the mug. I didn't mean to put that little flare on it, but I like it. That's too much. Yeah, that's more like that weird like just block of everything style I'm looking for. Yep, that's the one. Okay. Placeholder, brother. That, yeah. If get node floor in shapecast 2D collision result. There's something wrong that you can see. Mostly that you're referencing things kind of weird. I'm not sure. It depends on what you're coding. The thing is, like, no code is wrong because all code does something. The corollary is that all code is bad. I just need a fucking placeholder. And here, actually, I'm gonna make our lives easier. I'm just gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna draw a B. That's the beer sprite. Users, me, projects, Wharf Brewing Co. Assets. Yeah. Item sprites. This will be beer placeholder. Beer. That's a goddamn beer. Where can we get it? You're damn right. And you can get it locally from the Dwarf Brewing Company. This. So that's what 32 by 32 looks like here. So we need to build like a box around it that makes it look like tenable. So this needs margins. And I think if I want to get to 50 by 50, which seems like a good pixel size, that means I have 32, which means I have 18, which means I need 9 margin on each side. That. So that's what this like box will look like. And then that needs to have an iron patch rect inside of it as well. So the question is, why is this not? This thing's transform is managed by its parent thing, but it doesn't have like a minimum size. I'm gonna say the minimum size is 50 by 50. But it hates that. Why does it hate that? This has more than 50 pixels on it, right? Yeah, it's got 70. So why do you think? Why did you go to 70 if I set your minimum? What in the hell? What? If I set this to 50, the other one has to go to 70? Girl, what? Something absolutely criminal is happening right now. Why? What the fuck? Oh, because you have any width, you're filling the parent container, I guess? That's strange. This margin container, so we need to go here and set the margins top and bottom to be 10. And then it'll be, yeah, there we go. Okay, and then left, we're gonna do 10 as well, and right 10. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. I'm gonna darken this one just for now, just to make my life easier. Just to make it look like a little more standout-y. Oh, that's the margin container. I want the an iron patch rect here. Something like. Just so you can see that it's separate into the UI. Okay, so you can see it there. That's what we're going for. Then we're gonna obviously need like 9 more of them, but that's sort of the objective of what I'm aiming for here. Look at that tasty beer you have in the inventory. I'm almost worried. The thing is, this and this are technically the same size, even though the canvas layer pixel sizing isn't being affected the same way that the player camera. This has a zoom on it. Is there like a global zoom I could use? Because now they're the same size and that's the way I want it. But how do I do like a global zoom? That's not a thing. I think if you want to, does this have a zoom in it? No. Can you scale a canvas? I doubt you can scale a canvas layer. You can. If I do canvas layer 1.3, that's gonna fuck this thing up though. No. Wait. So now this is bigger than that. Hold up. Did that just work? And then if I do zoom here, 1.3, and now they're the same size again? Yeah, they are. How is that possible when the canvas layer? What? Okay, what if I set the scale to be like? Wait, what is this? No, this doesn't work because we're not following the viewport. This doesn't work at all. I don't know what I was on about. I think I need to make the game window smaller. Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna go to projects. I want this to be maybe 800 by 800 by, well, what is it now? This is 1.5 times U. So if I did 800 divided by 1.5, 533. What does my game look like now? No, that's so much worse. Set it back. 1200 by 800. I mean, maybe there's enough going on that this actually looks okay. Are these the same size again? I think they are. The one in the game looks a little bit larger. Does this have a zoom on it? It does. I mean, the other way you could do is you go to UI and you say scale by 1.3, but that's going to throw up, yeah, that's going to mess up literally everything. Not ideal. But if I just zoom this guy back to, if I zoom the UI container back down though, everything should actually just work. Right? No, because you have a minimum size. Ah, fuck. Doesn't work at all. What is this? Well, I could just adjust the hotbar, like hitbox. I could adjust this container. I could just skip this container, please, until it works. So something like that. Yeah. How does that look in game? It's kind of big. I think it's just because the margins are really big. Why not full rect the UI? What do you mean? Like this thing's going like this? Because it doesn't work. Because it's broken. It's not broken. It's just UI and Godot is, we don't get along. Everything is scaled by like a weird amount now, but this isn't. I feel like there's a simpler way of doing this than scaling two separate components. I'm gonna reset it back down to nothing. And then I'm gonna go here to the camera. Reset the camera. I guess this is probably actually fine. It doesn't need to be like that zoomed. With you. Is it the scale to control? Yes, correct. Did I one tap that? Wait, did I just get that like rehab? Wow, look at that. The thing is, like, I won't know until all of the sprites are in the game what all of the scale. The thing is, these, I just want these to be the same scale for now, and they are, so that's fine enough. I'm not gonna mess with scaling because it just messes everything up. If the game feels a little too zoomed out, so be it. I don't know. Well, then again, like games like Stardew Valley, you can zoom in the UI. Like this pixel scale and this pixel scale don't always necessarily have to match, because this is like in the foreground. So this could actually, all that being said, you can actually just zoom in it. Is it a bit like mixed perspective? Yeah, but is it that big of a deal? I don't think so. And now it's not scaling at all though. What? Why? What? Zoom is 3. Zoom all the way in. That shit ain't zooming at all. What the fuck? Oh, I was setting the scale of the camera. 1.5. Yeah, and then you can zoom in and out. We'll mess with that later, but this is actually fine. And then you can pick up the... Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, so we have a thing in our inventory, or we have a pretend thing in our inventory, which is progress. Okay, so now we're gonna relabel some of this because we're gonna have to copy it like 9 times, but that's okay. Margin container, so control margin container. This is the item, item sprite. Margin container here. This is the box that like contains everything. This control is what houses the actual whole element. So this will be the thing that we prefab. So this will be a hotbar item. And that goes in the box. So now I think if I like clone this and put this in here, it should just work, and it does. I'm gonna do that with prefabs and everything, but it's good to know that this at least works. Next thing I'm gonna do is I want to set the sprite of this thing. The thing is, it needs a minimum size. So I need to go here and say minimum size. This always needs to be 32 by 32, even if it doesn't have a sprite in there. The thing is, it should actually start with no sprite, and the sprite should get set based on whatever item I'm holding, or like I put into my inventory. And then I'm also going to carry that item on top of my head. whatever item you currently have selected is like shown above your head, and you can put it into like barrels and stuff, similar to Stardew Valley. Is the plan. So we need to do what next? Have this thing be empty at the start, which means it has the item sprite needs to be nothing. So this needs to be like this. And then when I pick up the plant, this will update to have the plant in it. Yeah. So I need a plant sprite. Let me go back to the drawing board and make a beautiful plant sprite. This is P for plant. That looks like a plant to me, brother. Actually, the first plant you have is hops, so it'll be an H for hops. Export as, this will be hops.png. Hops. Okay, cool. Now we have beer and hops. Now, when I pick up the plant, so I have nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm gonna click this. This sprite is gonna update to be hops. This is gonna show in my inventory as hops because it's gonna go to the first free item and free spot in the inventory. Before we do that, actually, I want to fill out the entire hotbar container. So I'm going to access this unique. Nope, wrong. I'm going to prefab this. So I'm going to save branch as seen. This will be a hotbar item.tsn. Perfect. And then I'm going to delete it. And then in the UI, set up hotbar, bar hotbar size equals 10. This, and then I need access to the hotbar H box like this. And I'm gonna go, I also need a reference to the scene. Hotbar item? Yep. We're gonna say, this is a bad reference. I want the hotbar H box, and I want to reference by a unique name. We're gonna say hotbar hbox.add child. Well, first we need to instantiate the thing, but for hotbar index in hotbar size, I'm gonna add child. First, we're going to instantiate this. So var new hotbar item equals this. Add child like that. And then we should have 10 of these at the start of the game. We haven't called the function. Function ready. Yes. And now we have 10 of them. Nice. Which it's bleeding off to the right a little bit, but that's that's okay. Let's fix all the spacing stuff. So first of all, if these are all 50 apiece, and there's 10 of them, that's 500 pixels, plus 10 margins on both sides. Plus, there are 8 gaps in between, which all will have 10 pixel margins as well. So that's 600 total. So this should be 600. If I go to here, these should be 300. 300. And now we have that. Something is still off a little bit. 50, 50, 50. Oh, the spacing in the in-between is not correct. Spacing. What is it? Child? Flip children? No. What is it? It's like base? Margin? Padding? What the fuck is it called? Separation. We're gonna set that to be 10. I don't like that. Go back to being 5. Okay, so it's 5 apiece. So it's going to be 50 times 10 plus 20 for the margin on both sides, plus 5 times 80, which is 40. 560, so we need to add 20 to the margins. $20 to the margins. Like that. Nice. There we go. That's a hot bar. How to scale in the project settings, display window stretch scale maybe is what you're looking for to zoom the UI. That might work. Let me just, I'm not going to worry about it too much right now because I don't have the real sprites. So it's like not, doesn't really bother me if it looks good or bad right now. Because it's kind of going to just look bad anyways. So there's, problem is somewhat unsolvable at the moment until I have more like stuff going on, I guess. Yeah. Is what it is. Okay, what's next? What is next? We have this like weird hotbar thing. Now we need to put stuff into it. Yep. So I want to now walk over to the plant and pick up a thing and I get hops. So how do I do that? Well, first I need to, when I pick this up, it needs to let me know what item I receive. So that's first things first. Yeah, what's up, Samuel? Welcome in. So this plant node here will have an associated harvest. Like the plants have a crop that they harvest. So this needs a resource. How do I want to do this? Export our crop, I guess. Crop is a crop. A crop doesn't exist yet, so I'm gonna say crop resource. We need to make this. We're gonna go to our classes here, create new scripts, resource. This would be crop.gd. Yep. Oops. What did I do wrong here? Oh. Okay. Crop. So class name. Crop resource extends item resource because it's an item. Actually, is there even a real distinction as to why this should be a crop? Like it doesn't. The thing should the plant can just be an item resource. We don't actually need this. Maybe if we need it in the future, we can add it back. But this is fine. This is an item resource. So this is the crop that you get when you are done planting that thing. And for now, I'm just gonna set that thing to be corn or hops. Sorry, why did I say corn? What? That shit don't exist. We need a new folder here. Let's be instances. We're gonna make a new one here. Create new resource, and this will be an item resource. We'll say it's hops. In the item resource, we need two things. Export var item name is a string. And we need the export var item sprite. We don't actually need item. We already know it's an item. A name, right? Is a texture 2D, I think. Part of me thinks like it's so much easier to do this with a sprite sheet. How do you do the? Yeah, this should be a region 2D. Sprite region is what? Rect 2D, Rect 2I. So this isn't the way this should work. The way this should work is we should have like a sprite sheet. I'm gonna do something like this. We only have two sprites right now, so this works. Actually, we only have one sprite right now, so yeah, sure. This is the sprite sheet. So I need to. How do you use a sprite sheet in Godot? Godot sprite sheets. What game are we making? Give me 1 second, and I will explain everything. I don't need animation with the sprite sheet. Enable region on your sprite. Set its size and position to the frame you need. No, that's for like an animated sprite. Create sprite sheets the easy way. Sprite sheet. I see sprite sheet templating. Texture property. Gotta go to sleep for me. It's 5:22 a.m. Dang it, I'm gonna miss the stream. Don't worry, tomorrow's stream will be at a proper time. Today's just a weird one. Honestly, looking at the numbers, I should I should never stream at this time. Literally nobody's awake right now. It's kind of funny. But yeah, no worries. Take it easy. Hope to see you around again soon. Like 11:23 for you. There are some. I mean, obviously, like there are some people that are awake right now. It's not like the worst time ever, but for like me personally, I don't, the people I want to, people I stream to regularly, this is a pretty bad time. Everyone texts me, they're like, "Oh, sorry, I can't see the stream because it's like 6 a.m." I'm like, "I'm sorry. It's 11 for me. It's a good time for me." Okay. Like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna try to be awake at like 6 a.m. for me, so 5 hours from now, or 5 hours ago from now. We'll see if I can make it. But I do want to get the inventory system done at least today. So speaking of, so this sprite region thing, what I want to do is have one sprite for all the items, and then it will just look at the spot in the sprite sheets. And I don't know how to do that. I think the way you're supposed to do it is with this, and then you use like a sprite region. So every thing that has an item will just load the whole sprite sheet, and it'll just select the right region. I think. Is that more efficient or less efficient than just having it load the whole, like just the one direct sprite? I have no idea. It's fine. It's okay. We're gonna get through this. Also, like, how do you do like a blank sprite? I don't know. How to use a sprite sheet in Godot for items. I'm not getting a lot of satisfactory answers here. All of the answers I see are like about animated 2D. Or region enabled? I guess you do region enabled. Yeah. Some people are recommending Atlas texture. Atlas textures never fucking work for me. People have told me, I've just been singing the praises of Atlas textures for years, and I do not believe them. I was game deving. I'm at the level I need to learn a lot, but I can make a simple clicker game without a tutorial. Hell yeah. I mean, my first game was literally a Suika clone, or Suika game clone, so it's totally fine. Yeah, so something like this. I'm gonna try it because I want to learn how to do this for other games. So I'm just gonna, if it doesn't work, fucking kill me, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So right now this is the whole sprite sheet then. Perfect. And we're gonna start at 0, 0, which is also perfect. And then I still don't know how to do like a blank image, but maybe you just have a spot in the sprite sheet for no item. Maybe actually we need like a different, we need 32 by maybe 64 by 32. Yeah. And then I can grab my placeholder hop sprite and just put it like this. So the first thing in here will be a no items, and then this will be the hops. Okay, okay, I like where I'm going with this. I'm gonna try it. Me please. Projects. And then Dwarf Brewing Co. This will be these. So here, assets, items. This will be the sprite sheet. Sprite sheet. That. Now, when I go to, I need to make an instance for my hops. I can say the name is hops. The sprite region now is going to be this guy right here. So it's 32. Well, the only thing that matters is the width and height, because the width is always 32 and the height is always 32. So the only thing that matters here is the X offset, so it's going to be 32. So now this should point to here. Let's see if that all works. Don't close. Okay, so now when I go to the plant, you know that you're trying to give me a hops. So I'm going to say equals hops. So now this crop gives me hops. So I'm going to say add to inventory, the crop, which in this case is hops. So I'm going to go here. This will be item resource. So item resource like this. So we're going to add this to our inventory, and then we'll update the carried item. So first things first, inventory dot add item resource. So this needs to happen first. So set up inventory, this is all good. So function add item, the item resource, item resource. We need to find the first open slot in our inventory to add this to. And I don't want to iterate through everything because I feel like there's a better way of doing it. But also, computers are really... Yeah, it's probably fine. For now, I'm going to add it to just the first thing in the inventory. No, let's do it properly. So this should be 10. This will give us the item that we want to take a look at. We're going to say first, so var first available item slot equals get first available item slot, like this. This will iterate through and find the first thing that's null. So for item in inventory, if item equals null, turn index. Index doesn't exist. Does Godot have enumerate? I don't think so. Inventory.size range. This. Let me say if inventory index equals null, return index. Now we have the first item slot. We're gonna say inventory dot first available item slots. Thing is, if the item's already in our inventory though, it should add to the stack. Not, we'll worry about that later. Right now things can't stack. We'll work on stacking later. Equals item resource. So we go get the first slot that's available and we put the item into that slot. So we do this. Cool. Now the item literally is in our inventory. What do we do next? We're going to update the carried item. This will look at whatever our hotbar selection is right now. How do we know what the hotbar selection is? How do we know what item we have selected? Well, we need to keep track of it somehow. Right now, the selected item is 1. And I feel like the player will need access to that more than the inventory will. But it is like an inventory thing. I'm going to put it in the inventory. So I'm going to say selected item is 1. This will also update the UI for whatever item is currently like hovered over. There'll be like an extra box around it so you can tell what you're selected. For now, we can just say you're always looking at the first item. That's totally fine. So you're looking at item number 1. You're dropping that thing. Oh, it's index 0, isn't it? You're looking at the selected item 0. You're going to put that thing into your inventory. It's going to show up in the first slot. So we need to actually get it to show up now. So the only thing that needs to happen here is if the selected item, anytime we change the inventory, we're just going to update this item sprite. So this has carried item. We actually don't ever need this anymore. Well, the thing is the carried item sprite should just update. So carried item dot texture equals no. The way we're going to do this. Okay, so now we're going to use the sprite like region thing I was talking about earlier. This carried sprite is actually going to load the whole item sprite sheet, which means in game it's going to look really funny. Oh, no, literally the entire code doesn't work yet. Okay. This is always visible now. The thing is, though, the transform is also -32. Scale is just 1:1. But the thing is, now we're going to mess with the offset of the thing. So, where you want to point to 0, 0 at the start of the game. Yeah. Okay, we're kind of cooking. Hold up. At the start of the game, we're going to say carried item dot offset equals vector2 0, 0. We point to nothing at the start of the thing. I know the whole game's broken. I'm aware. I'm fixing it. And the region is on. Or sorry, not the offset. The offset is not what we want. We want to mess with the region. Region. The region is enabled anyways. The width and height is going to be 32 by 32. But the region dot x is equal to 0. I guess the way to do this is we say region equals rect2i. Is this a 2i here? It just says it's a rect2, so I don't actually think rect2i is correct. 0, 0, 32, 32. Yeah. Like this. I've never heard of that, Samuel. What is that? A good series called Mao. I'm not gonna say it in case you're making me say like some shit from the devil or something, but explain what this series is about. Okay, so we set the rect to be this like box at the start here, so we should be looking at nothing now. So there's literally nothing above the character's head, which is perfect. Part of me is like we shouldn't have a play for this. Like we shouldn't need to have an empty sprite, because that sort of means that there's like an empty item. We should just say that this is invisible. Yeah, the problem with toggling visibility is like certain things won't have their... I do think this is correct actually, because there's gonna be things like, do you have your hands above your head or something when you're carrying something? We can't do it like this. Oh, that's a bummer. Let me go back to a sprite. I'm gonna readjust my sprite sheet. Layer, canvas size. Go back to being 32 by 32. We're gonna shove every guy to the left. Yep. Okay. This is still the sprite sheets. Yep. So at the start of the game, the carried item visible is false. So carried item dot visible equals false. Okay. We've added the item to our inventory. We still do want to update the carried item. So we're going to say inventory dot get carried item, or get active item, I guess is the better. Yeah, that's probably the better word for it. We need to get the active item. So this has our said selected item, huh? Like I said, it should be get selected item. Get selected item. So var item carried item resource equals inventory get selected item. Go to here. Function get selected item. This is going to return inventory dot selected active item, selected item. And this will return the item resource or null, but we have it here. So if not carried item resource, but yeah, I guess we can say if carried resource. If carried item resource, then we can update the sprites. So we're gonna say carried item dot region equals carried item resource dot region. Like that. That's the way we do it. We go to the thing, we get the thing. If we're holding a thing, we're gonna update this sprite to be the thing that we're carrying. Yes, we got there. Holy shit. Now this thing does need a region on it, and I think I just called it region, right? You hate me, you're not gonna give me the type hint? What did I call it? Oh, it's sprite region. Okay, that's probably better. Sprite region like that. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So when we go to the hops item, I'm gonna set this back to be 0. If everything goes well, we can pick up the plant now. A couple things are broken here, namely the cask wants to like do all this stuff and it doesn't work at the moment. So I'm gonna play it and it's gonna break and I'm just gonna say, boop. Don't worry about that. You don't need to update that yet. There's gonna be a couple of the function calls that are broken. Okay, so I have nothing in my inventory. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna click this. Uh-oh. Let's walk it through. Okay, first of all, am I trying to add the thing to my inventory? Let's start there. Over here, I am. Okay, so item resources null. So I didn't get past the item resources. Even though this looks like it should be passing the item resource. Let's start here then. We go here. Prop is null. What? Did this get updated or something? Should be on ready? Try on ready? Maybe on ready is what I wanted. Yep, on ready is what I wanted. Okay, so that works now. So this works now. What's the inventory looking like? Inventory looks like this. What does the actual item look like? It has the crop in the first slot. Okay. Go here. So now we're going to go here and we're into the thing. And so the game should... Nope. Tell us how many property or key region with value rect2i on base. Oh, this needs to be not rect2i, huh? Rect2 item resource. This is not 2i. I'm gonna reset this. Yep, it is 32 by 32. There you go. Click. Region with value of rect2 on type sprite 2D. Okay, so I know that sprite 2D has the region because I can literally see it with my own damn eyes, but thank you for that. Property region rect. Oh, my bad. Fuck off. Region rect. You happy now? Click. Nothing happened. Okay, we're making progress though. This actually did get set. Update carried item. It's visible, right? No, it's not visible. So we're gonna say this dot visible is true. And then if I have nothing, it's visible equals false. If else carried item visible. It's false. Yeah, okay. So now it should turn itself on. And we look at that. We have this extremely shitty placeholder art now. I love it. Now you should be able to put this into the thing, but it doesn't work now because the inventory management stuff isn't working. Okay, now I want to update the hotbar so that this H is in my hotbar on like slot 1. That would be the next like step for us. But we can at least pick up the plant. Let's go. Okay, let's get this thing to update the inventory now. So you already updated it. So like it's already clearly in the inventory, which is great. We need to update the hotbar. So I'm gonna update, every time we add an item, I'm gonna say UI to update hotbar. Just because I think that's the easiest way of doing it. Anytime the inventory changes, we should update the hotbar. So function update the hotbar. We need to pass in the hotbar, which right now is the whole inventory. So that's fine. We could just pass everything in. I think. I guess yeah, there'll be 2 parts of the inventory. Well, no, the inventory should just be slots 1 through 40. And the hotbar is just the 10 that you can see at the start. We shouldn't distinct what's in the hotbar, what's not. That seems insane to me. So update hotbar will just show the first. This should actually just be update inventory actually. And then you can figure out what that means specifically, I guess. This is passing the inventory. Okay, so the first 10 are the stuff that goes in the hotbar. So this is update inventory. Right now, the only thing we have is the hotbar, but that's okay. So first we're gonna say update hotbar, and this will be inventory. We're gonna pass an inventory here. So cell inventory array. And it's item resource. So this will be inventory dot slice 0 through 10. So only the first 10 stuff goes in the inventory, or in the hotbar. So function update hotbar. This pass. This will be so hotbar inventory is a array of item resource. And then we're gonna loop through these first 10 items and update everything. So for item in hotbar inventory. If item not equal to null. Because a lot of these will just be empty. If you have no item there, I don't need to update you. The other thing we need to do now is in the actual scene resource, we actually need to use a sprite 2D, I think, which is annoying. This, I don't think you can do region on this, can you? And a textured rect? Maybe you can. Let's see. Can you do region? Nope, they hate us. Really, textured rect can't do region? I don't know if that's true or not. I'm looking that up. Textured rect region Godot. An atlas texture, use sprite 2D. Create an atlas texture instead. Doesn't contain multiple textures. It references a sub-region of a larger texture so that they are lightweight and aren't copying pixels. Should be renamed to textured region. I agree. I agree with that Godot thread comment. There are no region or similar functionalities in textured rect node. Maybe you can submit a proposal in Godot official repository. You can use viewport and sprite to achieve the same result. The nodes in the scene tree are like this. Good night and good game making. Thank you. Take it easy. Get a good sleep. We could just, I mean, you can just use a sprite. Like, it's not the end of the world if you just, if I just update this to a sprite, right? That doesn't break anything. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is literally perfectly tenable. Load assets, item sprites, the sprite sheets. Oh, but it doesn't behave the way I want it to. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, can we do, so we want to do an atlas texture? Atlas texture. And then I want to, how in the hell do I use this? Godot textured rect region like sprite 2D. I can't be the only person who has had this problem. I don't know. Create several atlas textures from a single sprite sheet resource. Each atlas texture you create with the same sprite sheet texture ref. A different region of it. You can use those atlas texture resources similar to any texture assigned to your sprite 2D as a node as the texture. Why though? Like, why doesn't it have? I feel like it should have the same thing. Atlas region, atlas texture dot region is rect 2D. Bar sprite 2D sprite texture equals atlas texture. Wait, so I need to make atlas textures of the sprite thing? Is today finally the day I learned how atlas textures work? Maybe it is. Texture that crops out part of another texture 2D. Draws only part of its atlas texture is defined by the region. An additional margin can also be set, which is small adjustment. Multiple atlas texture resources can be cropped from the same atlas, packing many smaller textures into a single larger texture. Optimize video memory and render calls. Cannot be used in animated texture as it will not tile properly. Okay, we're not using animated. Fine. So I need to make an atlas texture somewhere, and then you load that texture from the. So I need to make this first. Okay, I'm starting to understand. I need to load. This is our atlas. Yes. And now I can edit the region here of the atlas. Yeah? I'm a little bit lost on this. I need to save this as our region. Import it from another file, make it unique first. And you just hate me, huh? So somewhere I need to make the atlas for our stuff, and I don't know where to do that. I think this can just be the atlas. Like, I'm pretty sure the sprite sheet just already is an atlas texture. And then when you go to the, I don't know, man. So this would be an atlas texture? Well, let me not break it. Export Our atlas region is an atlas texture. So I guess this is atlas texture. Okay, the thing is, like, how does all of this work then? So if I go to U, new atlas texture, yeah. And then the atlas I need to load from here. And then the region, let me put like a second region in the placeholder script for now, just so I can. Yeah. No. Canvas size. So I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna double it just so I have another thing to work with. And go over to the left. I'm gonna put the other placeholder in here just so I have two things to compare. Oops. Two things to compare it with. I'm just gonna put thing in here. Hello? Why is everything broken? What the Even A-Sprite's broken. Why? Paint bucket tool isn't working. Do you not? Is it? What is happening? Okay, I don't know. I have no understanding. This is the second atlas texture though. Jackie, I literally have no idea what the fuck went wrong. Okay. So I've resaved the thing. This is so messed up. Export as the sprite sheet. Yo, what's up, Skyuki? How'd your stream go? I was lurking for a while. I saw you running around as a cat boy. It was intriguing. It doesn't exist anymore. What the fuck is happening? I have no understanding anymore. Export as the sprite sheet. Yeah, replace it. You can't export a file with the same name. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, save. Item sprites. It doesn't exist. Atlas texture. Atlas. Load. Assets. Item sprites. This texture. Now in the region, I say it's 32 by 32. And you're hop, so you're at 0, 0. But if I wanted you to be beer, it'd be 32. Okay. We're getting closer, I think. I have no idea. So now you're good. If I go to the hotbar item, I can set you to be a different thing, right? Texture, you're going to load an atlas texture. And the atlas I can load as this same thing here, this sprite sheet. And I can set your region to be a different thing. I feel like I'm being taught from Professor Sky. Yeah, I'm a PNG now. It is what it is. I'm matching the YouTube look. Let's say I'm holding a beer here. I've brewed the beer from the hops. I want this is still gonna be 32 by 32, obviously. But this is gonna be 32 now. The whole game is broken. It doesn't even run. Just pass for now. Literally no parts of this game work. Okay, so now all of the things that have beer, but if I still pick this item up, it should still show as an H, right? It does. Okay. The game isn't completely broken. If the item is not null, we're gonna set the we need the correct thing from the hotbar inventory, which should just be the a very cute PNG model. Oh, thank you. I don't know why I'm taking the compliment. It's not like it's literally me. I'll pass it along to the artist who made it. How about that? If the item is null, we're gonna display nothing. We can do this, and it won't break. Probably, maybe. Don't break. Not break. Please don't break. I'm begging you, don't break. If there's nothing, we should say. Can we like zip this with the hotbar thing? Because you have 10 things in your hotbar, or like in this thing. I know you have to do it by index. For item index in hotbar inventory dot size, we're gonna do like this. We're gonna say item var item resource equals hotbar inventory item resource. And then we're going to say the bar, hot bar control equals, I'm going to get there. Hotbar hbox dot get child index. Yeah. Item index. And then item resource not declared in current in the current scope. It's right. It says var right here. What are you talking about? Item index. Yeah, you got me. All right, fair enough. We're gonna say hotbar control dot item sprite. Okay, but chill. Like I was catching when you're doing game jams. I mean, it's literally kind of the only thing that I do these days. So fair enough. It's either this or copious amounts of Factorio. I want you to be able. You need a script. And I'm not saving you in scenes. I'm saving you in scripts. Hotbar item node. Like that. And I'm going to rename you to hotbar item node. Okay, so class name. Hotbar item node extends 9 patrec. Now I'm going to have function toggle display. Toggle item display. This. Hold on, we're cooking. And then we have is displaying, should display, display, is display, visible, is visible, is has item, is item, has item. Yeah, has item boolean. Let me say item sprite. Oh my god, we're gonna get there. Item sprite dot visible equals has item. Holy shit. You're making a character body for the player. I don't want to use it because I feel like I get more freedom, but I'm not sure using a rigid body is feasible. Unless you're using physics, you don't need a character body. We're not using physics in our game, so we don't need a character body. Literally just a node. Just a node. Okay. And then we go here. We say hotbar control. Nope. Hotbar control dot. What did I call it? Toggle item display. I'm gonna change this name. So this is hotbar item node. Hotbar item node. We're gonna say this dot toggle item display false. You don't have an item, so don't even talk to me. And so now they all should be null. And they're not. Oh, because I didn't update anything. Now they're all null. Yeah. Okay. We're so close. we start the game with nothing. And then when I pick you up, it's still nothing, but don't worry about that. And then we go here. We're gonna say hotbar item node. Yeah. Dot set item resource. And in fact, we don't need to do any of this. We could just do it like this. I'm silly. Just do this. Set item. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna say function set item, item resource. If item resource, pass else item sprite dot visible equals false. We don't need this anymore. All we need to do now is update the item sprite. Item sprite dot region equals item resource atlas texture. Sorry, this is atlas texture. This is texture. Is the atlas texture. And now it should be the H. There's nothing. Why is there nothing? I don't like that there's nothing. Breakpoint, good. Item resource here, good. Atlas texture is here. Why do you hate me? Oh, it's not visible. It's not visible. That's it. That's it. It's just not visible. Actually, do we even need? We could just set this to be nothing, right? We don't need this whole like visible, non-visible stuff. We just say we just kill you with a gun. We just shoot you with a gun. It's so simple. That's too many. Clear. Nope, not make unique. That's literally the exact opposite of what would help us in this. I think I may have broken everything. Yeah, I cleared it. We just do this. Then, that didn't work at all, huh? Why did that not even approximately work? What? What did I just reset something bad. Texture is empty. Yeah, texture is empty. There's nothing. I pick you up. Still. Why do you hate me? I'm gonna do pass right here, just so I can see what's actually getting set. Okay, go. Item resources here. Holy shit, I cleared your atlas texture. Oh, fuck. Load, it's okay. Assets. Sprite sheets. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Please. Let's go. It worked. Holy shit. We have an H above our head and an H in our inventory. Life is so good. Everything is good. Everything in this world will work out. Boop. Nice. And I think we can actually add a second one. We can. They don't stack for some reason. Also, if I add one more, the game will crash. So that's neat. That's probably not the way that should work, but that's okay. You can pick up the thing. Next, we need to be able to put the thing into the thing. So now we have a hop. We should be able to put it into the cask. And the cask should make sure that you're only putting a hop in there, not a beer. You know what I'm saying? And then it should consume the hop as well. We should also be able to change what is like highlighted in our inventory. Because right now it's literally just whatever's in the first slot is the only thing you can have. I think if you hit like the right and left triggers, you should be able to shift around. Just like Stardew Valley or something. Yeah. I think I can put this into the bar. No, the bar also doesn't work. Literally, the game is broken. But you can pick up a thing. You can pick up two of a thing. Isn't that great? We should also make stuff so that like stuff can actually stack as well. But that's one problem at a time. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna get some water, chill out for a sec. When we get back, we're gonna finish. I want to make the gameplay loop work with the inventory, so we're gonna be able to put the hop into the cask to continue brewing for the Dwarf Brewing Co. And then we'll grab a beer from the cask and we'll be able to put it at the bar and everything will be great. Okay. Yeah, I need just a moment to kind of catch my breath, chill out for a sec. I'll be back. See ya. I'm gonna run some ads too, sorry. Y'all, I think like coffee plus donut might be the greatest combination ever assembled in like human history. It's not even, I even had like, it wasn't even a good donut. It just hits. It hits like crazy. Girl dinner. Yo, Rajenki, have you ever been to the subreddit Girl Dinner? I recently stumbled upon it, and it is insane. And I don't even mean like the people posting are insane. I mean the things that get posted are insane. Let me see if I can like take you on a little journey. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, most of these are normal. The thing is, the only ones that like actually get popped up to my front page are like the most crazy ones. Please do. Never saw that one. All right, let me see like top. Go top this month. Let me go top. Let me, let's look for an even better, a better one. Let's top this year, maybe. Got a promotion in a male-dominated industry. Pog. My boyfriend told me my meals look like I'm a dog in a wealthy family. Insane. Okay. I'm drunk and I love y'all. Aw. Yeah, here we go. This is more what I was talking about. My boyfriend told me he couldn't marry me, and when I asked why, he told me he was gay. Fucking wild situation. What the fuck? Huh? What? The thing is, like, I'm not even trying to be like, what an insane post. It's just the entire surrounding situation for that is crazy to me. Like, I feel bad for everybody somehow. How does that happen? What? Like, okay, that guy should have, like, maybe he had some internalized stuff he was working through and he just didn't want to. Some gay people date, like, as if they were straight because they are trying to run from the fact that they're gay. So, like, I feel bad because that might be his situation, and that's awful. But at the same rate, like, the girl situation, also awful. There's, like, this guy that she loves, and all of a sudden it turns out he's gay. Like, huh? That's crazy. The dinner does look good, though. Like, this. I would eat this. This looks like a DIY charcuterie. I think I would destroy this. So, I mean, thanks for playing. Girl dinner to realize I'm a lesbian and never have to date a man again? I'm so happy for you, Pog. Here's another heater. Berries for the heart, pickles for the gut, Feta for the bones, antidepressants and nicotine for the soul. I will never find love. Whoever you are, I'm fucking with you. Crazy shit. Girl dinner after my heart low-key got broken. I ate the cat too. There you go. Found out husband is cheating. That looks really good. Straight up. Actually, I would annihilate that. Was it like fish tacos or something, bro? And like the potatoes? That looks incredible. Boyfriend forgot anniversary dinner? Come on. That being said, I know this person lives in the Midwest. Ranch with pizza? I know what you are. I know what you are. I know what you are. Go tell your folks I says hi. You know? Oh, let me squeeze right past you type shit. G. Ranch with pizza. You're a true believer. You know it's fucked up when like the Midwest people are eating ranch with pizza and then like down it, like chase it with milk. And I say the Midwest people, knowing full well I'm incriminating myself as someone who eats pizza with ranch and then drinks milk. Look, man. If you live in Michigan, it's a cold, dead wasteland for 9 months out of the year, okay? The only thrill you get is eating fucked up food combinations. And cheese curds. If you say anything bad about cheese curds, by the way, I will fucking annihilate you. Asked my fiance for some girl dinner last night. He understood the assignment. The dino nuggies, yeah. I just accepted my dream job. Hell yeah! You enjoy that Kroger chocolate ice cream. Another dream job and like a heater charcuterie as well. Performative snacking. What the fuck are you doing with that whole cinnamon? A stick of cinnamon? You just pissed me off. That is true. Like, are you sending an entire stick of cinnamon? That's crazy. Let's cook with beer separate. So it is like, I used to have a roommate that was like the biggest proponent of a shower beer. I gotta say, honestly, shower beers kind of go crazy. It's not like a regular, I don't drink anymore. So, you know, it's hard to be someone that doesn't drink and not have like a reason for it other than like, I just don't like getting hungover. Cause it's, when you say like, oh, I don't drink, there's two types of reactions people have to that. Either one, they're like, oh my God, like you used to be like an alcoholic. And I'm like, no, like not, I mean, unless you count college, but as everyone knows the rules, you can't be alcoholic in college. But also like, or other people are like, no, like everyone just drink like a little bit, like the enabler people. It's a whole situation. I'm not trying to reparrot the, was it John Mulaney bit where people don't know what to get you when you don't drink? But it's okay. All right, what are we working on? Can't be alcoholic in college. I beg to differ. No, you just can't. It doesn't count. When you're in college, the alcohol, it's like for free. It's a free action. It doesn't count towards your alcoholism. It's not real. Okay, we were working on inventory systems, right? We can go over here. We can pick up this thing and it goes in our inventory. We want to be able to put it into the cask and have it brew. That's where we're going next. Okay, so we're gonna go to the cask. When we interact, we want to ask the player, what is the current item that you have in your hand? So we're gonna say player character, like get active item. Can you have a reference to the inventory? Not really. So the player should have the inventory like associated with them, I guess. We don't need this anymore. This is just silly. Oh no, because that's if the cask is done brewing. We do need like. So interact. This is the player character. We're gonna say, hey player character, what are you currently holding in your like active item? So we're going to say, well, first if it has a finished item, you can try to pick it up. That is by far the most important thing. If it's not brewing, this is not if has carried items. This doesn't make any sense anymore. If active item, player character active item is brewable item resource. We need to split these up a little bit. Yeah, we need a new class for brewable item resources. There's gonna be some other things we need to check here, actually. There's a ton of stuff we need to check here, actually. Holy shit, I just realized. Because like certain... okay, stop. What's the simplest version of this that we could get working? If the active item is... active item dot name is hops. Let's just brew hops first. I don't care about anything else. equals hops. If the thing you're currently holding is hops, we can consume the carried item and we can brew. Does player character have the active item? I don't think so. What has carried item? Let's change this to be active item. Update active item. Update active. Update active. And then we're gonna say active item resource. Active. Like this. Last thing we need to update is this then. Active item, and then up at the top, we need to change one more thing here. This will be active item. I wish there was a way to like refactor, rename everything. Okay, let me go like this. The last thing we need is the actual active item to like be as a state thing. So var active item. Oh, this needs to be active item sprite, huh? That's what that needs to be. Oh shit. Okay, now that you exist, everything's gonna be broken. There we go. Cool. This will be active item resource. Is an item resource. That currently equals nothing. And then when we get a thing, we're gonna say this. Active item resource. This. Yep. Nice. So now we have this active thing. And we already set it to be hops. So actually this should just work. We grab it, that's hops, and this should start brewing. It doesn't, it breaks. Active item resource. So grab it, check here, and it brews! It doesn't remove the item from our inventory, which is a bit of a thing, but that's okay. Can I pick up another one? I can. Weirdly, this is still updating it to be the first thing in my inventory, but that's okay. Okay, now we need to actually remove the item from my inventory. So consume, this is consume active item. This. This doesn't exist anymore. This actually would be something more like attempt to consume active item, but this is okay for now. Consume active item. We're gonna say, since we're not checking like inventory stacks yet, we're gonna say active item or inventory dot consume active item. Why are we passing through the character resource to see if we have the item in the inventory? The character only cares about the sprite being updated. So we don't even need to check any of this shit in the character. The only thing this should do is just update the active item again. Yeah. Why are we adding to inventory like this? This is not the proper way of doing this. The inventory is the thing that's controlling all of this logic. When the inventory updates, it'll let the player know that it needs to update. The player simply responds to that information. It shouldn't be like the carrier of it. Same with earn gold. This all should not actually just be, like, this shouldn't be here at all. Update active item should be. But we only need this, we're never gonna check this. So I'm setting this back to be a var. I'm overloading the state of the character. I don't think any of this shit should be. We're not gonna use this anymore. We're not gonna use this. We're not gonna use this. We're gonna use none of it. The only thing we're gonna be able to do is update the active item. And the only place that's gonna happen is in the inventory. So the inventory needs a reference to the player. We're gonna do by unique name. Please. So add item. We're gonna do this dot update active item. And this should be lowercase, or this should be we go here, we're gonna do that. There we go. Okay. So now the plant node needs to be updated because this isn't player character. This needs a reference to the inventory, which it will not have until the game is actually instantiated. Add item crop. You don't need this at all. I'm gonna keep it around in case it has something to do with the character. No, I don't think it does. I think the only thing, we don't really need to know that the player character is like a part of this interaction at all. Yeah, we don't, this doesn't, we can simplify a lot of this code. Don't need this at all. This will be for the inventory stuff, not the player. I'm gonna pass on all this for now though. Okay, I think the game is still in a broken state. That's because we need to update a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Handle interactable. Okay, so let's just begin. Still broken. Oh, this also doesn't. And then I know. This can just be passed now. that. This also, I'm realizing so much stuff is like, needs to be updated here. Funny. Yeah. Okay, so the game can still run now. I'm gonna click this and it'll add to the inventory directly without going through the player reference. And then this needs to check the inventory for consuming. But the player just displays the information. It doesn't actually need to be a pass-through on any of this stuff. So for the cask, if has finished item, you can pick it up. So we're gonna do this still. I'm gonna fix this later though. If it's not brewing, if inventory.active item .active item .name equals hops. Be active item resource. Yeah. We're gonna go here. Anytime we update the inventory, we're gonna have the actual resource like ready to be referenced. Export var active item resource. Item resource. Well, no, we should do it by this thing. We should have a thing that's like get active item. Get active item. Return inventory. That's selected item. Item resource. Okay, so this just gets the active item. So in the brew, or in the cask node, we're gonna say inventory dot get active item dot name. If that's hops, then we can consume active item. So this will be inventory dot consume active item. Why do you not like this? Oh, you don't have a reference to it. That makes a lot of sense. There we go. Okay, so get active item. If the active item is hops, we can consume the active item and we can brew. We're gonna go to inventory and say consume. 1 second. There's an alarm going off. There is no longer an alarm going. Alarming? So true. You're so real for that. Okay, so we get the active item. We now need to consume the active item. Consume active item. This returns void. We're not doing anything with it. We're gonna say inventory dot selected item equals no. This is fine for now, but if we ever do item stacking, this will break. Because this we'll have this at some point. This won't be an item resource. This will be like an item resource stack or something. We'll have to promote a bunch of stuff here, but that's okay. Can the game function? I pick up the hops. I go over to the cask. I put the hops in. It didn't consume the item quite as well as I wanted it to. Oh, because we're not updating stuff. Right, so we need to update. And since we're doing all this, we can just say function update displays, update inventory displays. Display, it's like this, and then this. And then every time we like change the inventory, we just have to call this function. Like that. Okay. Now it should successfully be removed. Nice. Oh, it's not removed from the UI though. Why is that? It's still in my inventory in the UI, even though this is null. Update inventory. Update hotbars, the slice. Oh, because we're only doing if item resource. We should say else item sprite dot texture equals. Just don't have one. Okay, let's see if that works. Click it. I have a thing in my inventory. I walk over to the cask. I put it in the yeah. Woo! Now this is done. I should be able to pick it up and it should put a beer into my inventory. How do we do all that, huh? First, we need to update the cask node here. This sprite 2D will be the finished product. This finished item sprite actually is going to be 32 by 32, so this needs to be minus 32. This scale we're going to fix in a moment. Okay. We're going to go here. we're gonna pick up the finished item for the player character. Except we don't have a player character. We're gonna say inventory dot add item. Add item. And this will be the finished product. The thing is, we won't know what the finished product is. We have to map what ingredients are in the thing to what the finished product will actually be. And it kind of depends on what you're trying to make. Because like if you put hops in first and then you put in like a berry, you're gonna make like a fruit flavored beer or something. I don't know exactly the mechanics yet. For now, I don't care about all that. I want to make the simplest version of this thing working. So I'm gonna say, put the hops in, it brews the thing. There'll be a check if you can add the resource, other ingredients, but for now, okay, we're gonna brew the thing, we have a finished product. It calculates the finished product whenever you add an ingredient. So in brew, we're gonna put finished product. We're gonna have some like finished product thing. Finished items, right? We don't need this anymore. Oh, we do actually need that. State. So we're gonna say exports. We don't export. So var finished product is an item resource. Funny enough, we need to make one for just regular beer. This is resource instances beer. Oops, that's not right. Let me open you. Class name. Yeah, this is not right at all. Delete. We need to make a new resource. Item resource. Just be beer. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna go name is beer. Sprite region, we're gonna load the Atlas texture. No. We say new Atlas texture, and then we go here and we load this as the yeah. The thing is, I think it's texture 2D. I hope this isn't reloading the texture for each thing, but if it is, it's. There we go. That's the beer texture. Sprite region. I don't think we're even using sprite region, and maybe we are for the player one. I think maybe. Yeah, I'll fix that in a second though. Okay, so we're gonna go to the cask. No, I need to fix it now because if I want the player to be able to carry the thing, it has to do it now. Player character, okay, updates, active item. So this is going to be region rect. This is going to be texture. Is going to equal this dot atlas texture. You need a ref. Item resource. Atlas texture. That should still mean that our game works. It does, okay. And then I can put you in here. Oh, that still all works, perfect. Cool. Okay. Now for the cask node, we want to update the finished item sprite. This can actually be displaying the whole time. And at the start, we just set it to be null. And so we set this, the finished item sprite is literally nothing. And now it shouldn't show up. And it does. Oh, it definitely does. Did I reset this sprite? Which sprite did I just reset? I have no idea. Well, whatever. I'll find it eventually. So this has no sprite. Oh, I set it off the plant. That's funny. Plant node, plant sprite. Reload the icon frame. Something to detect it with. Yeah, okay. The finished item sprite will be loaded on based on whatever we're brewing. So finished product. I guess finish brewing is when we actually did like calculate this thing. Is brewing false? Finished product equals beer. There'll be some way to like I said, there'll be a way to calculate whichever one it's getting at. Can I just do that and then it loads the thing directly? I think so. Yeah. We're gonna say inventory, so we don't need player character anymore. Pick up finished item. We're gonna say inventory, add item, finished product. This we don't care about anymore. Has finished item is false, and we're gonna say finished product equals null because now we have nothing. So you get the item, we're gonna set it to be nothing, and then we don't need this anymore. Finished item has is probably worth having. Even though we can kind of just detect it on basis of whether this is has finished item. I'll say if finished product, because we don't need has finished items. Is brewing. Okay, I think that's enough to get this to work. Pick up the hops. I put it into the cask. It's brewing. Hell yeah. I pick up. It has nothing. Uh-oh. Oh, I need to update the sprite. Finished brewing. Finished product equals beer. Finished item sprites dot texture equals finished product dot atlas texture. Try again. Grab this. Put it into the thing. Wait 3 seconds. Pick it up. Add item. Pick up finished item. Oh hey, look, a bot. That's everyone pointing left. Okay. Grab that. Grab this. Put it into the thing. Wait. Pick it up. Yes, dude. And now I have a beer, and then I can go pick up another hop, right? I absolutely can. And I can't brew the beer. If I could change to the hop in my inventory, I could brew the hops though. This needs to reset the texture as well. So we're gonna have a new function for just updates. It's finished item sprites. If finished product finished item sprites equals finished product atlas texture. Texture. Assisting. Else finished item sprite. Finished item sprites equals. Now it should update the thing. We have to call this though. Call it here as well. We don't need to update this. Here we go. Walk over to this, grab the hops, put it into the cask. It consumes the thing. I have nothing in my inventory. I can pick up the beer. The beer is now. It doesn't update the thing. I call it here. Finished product is null. Oh, it's finished item dot sprite or dot texture. Right? Maybe. Setting it to null, I figured would also like break everything. No, okay, that fixed it. Cool, we have the beer in our inventory now. Sweet. Okay. Last thing is to be able to put the beer into the bar to get like money, but we can't actually spend the money yet, so. I almost, Regenki, I swear to God, I almost sniped you for that. I almost just saw it on reaction and decided to hit you with a gun. That's funny. Okay, so good news. We have an inventory thing. We can't switch what our item that we're holding on to is, which might be a bit of a problem if you want to like play the game or whatever. But we can like put stuff into the thing, which is nice. What would be the next step for us? I want to be able to complete like the gameplay loop. American Roots will know. To complete the gameplay loop, you need to be able to put the beer into the bar and then get money and then buy seeds from the computer and then plant the seeds. And then you have a circle. You can't lose or win the game, but you have like a loop that you could play. So we need to be able to put the beer into the bar. And that should be fairly simple. This needs a reference to the inventory. The good news is the bar is like one thing, which is kind of nice. So we say if inventory dot active get active item is a beer. One other thing I want to do is do this by classes. So I want to split like brewables and beer or like drinkables into their own like item resource category. So I wouldn't be checking if this is a beer. I'd be checking if this is in the class of like deliverable drinks or something. I don't know. But for now, we can just check the name because there's only one of them. We can update that later. So if the active item is beer, we're going to say inventory.consume active item. And then we're going to say inventory.add gold. And I think that is actually all that we need. And the beer, the counter should just work. So we put the hops into the thing. It's so nice when like you just change 2 lines of code and everything works. Oh my god, yes. I can get another one. I can put it into the cask. I can pick it up. I can put it in the bar. I can go get another one. I can put it into the cask. You see where I'm going, right? You know, you understand. I can put it into the, yeah. Okay, now we need to be able to order more seeds from the computer. So we only have one seed that we need right now, which is a hop seed. Do I want to design like a lot of the UI right now, or do I just want to make it as simple as possible, where like you literally can just hit A at the thing to get us? Also, you can soft lock the game if you pick up like 2 hops at once, I think. Yeah, this game is now unplayable because you can't switch your active item. Oh, I guess it's not broken yet. Oh, it's getActiveItem.name doesn't work if you have no items. That's also that you can crash the game if you do that, huh? Interesting. You're maxing. It is broken now. That's true. That's true. It's broken. It's very much so broken. I like making broken games because then I have something to improve upon, you know? Game devs should I believe that's what they call the Bethesda strategy. Yeah, this needs like some shielding, huh? If the active item is nothing. Wait for modders to fix your game. The thing that would fix this, if we could say, is like instance of the thing that we need. So maybe it is the best thing to do that now. So we could go here and say brewable resource. Extends item resource. Probably is the easiest way to solving this. And then we're gonna change this to wait. We're gonna change this to be a rename this. This is a brewable resource. Copy what? I don't know. Oh shit. Oh, I broke everything. Oh fuck, I broke everything. Oh no. Copy path, I think? And then I go here and I can say hops is it's all fucked. Brewable resource inherits from, no, this is the path. I want to copy this. I'm going to go to hops, which is a brewable resource, and I'm going to say that it's a, hello? Y'all, I broke everything. Copy. Well, shit. Oh, I broke everything. I literally broke everything. Ah, god damn it. Hydrate, thank you. I'm actually out of water. I need to get more. Alright, I'm back. Okay. How do I fix the weird spider web I've woven for myself? Okay, first of all, we don't need this. That's just not something we use anymore. I'm gonna go here. No, I'm gonna go here. Does the game even like still run? I'm pretty sure it does. If I try to pick this up, it'll break everything. Okay, the good news is the game, despite my best efforts, is actually still functional. So that's great news. I need to change like, can I edit dependencies? Is that what I want? No. How do I change what resource you inherit from? You inherit, oh, this thing. I'm gonna change load, resources, classes. Beer doesn't have a thing yet, but hops, I can go here and say, no, load, you're a brewable resource. Aha. Class brewable resource hides a global script class. What do you mean by that? What have I done? Have I broken everything? No. Thank God for Godot being like a mildly stable game engine. Click. The gameplay still works. Game loop still works. I think maybe since this is pretty early on, I think I'm just gonna create new resource. This will be a brewable resource. And it will be hops, not trust. Oh no, brewable resource is the one that's broken. Why are you broken? Parse air. Not okay. Listen, I'm just going to delete you. Dependencies of files to be deleted. Yeah, sure, fine. We're building this shit from the ground up. Scripts, inherits item resource. Classes. This is a brewable resource. Class name brewable item resource. And I'm gonna change this thing. Brewable item resource. And now we can go here and say your resource you inherit from what? Nope, not doing this. Create new folder. I'm gonna say brewable items. And I'm gonna put it here. Create new resource. Brewable item resource. Create. I'm gonna call it hops. Here. And then name is hops. The texture, we can do an atlas texture. We're gonna load this. And this should all work. It's 32 by 32. And it's the first one in the thing. Found res. What does that mean? Who is missing their thing? I think you're missing your thing, huh? Yeah. Okay, let me just update you then as well. Create new script. This inherits from item resource. And this is a brew, a product, a drink item. I think it's a drink because you're only ever like brewing stuff. So I think it's just going to be a drink. Drinkable item product. Product maybe makes the most sense. What if you want to brew other stuff? Like cheese. That doesn't make sense. You don't brew cheese. That's stupid. Well, I mean, it is a video game. You can do whatever the hell you want. Drinkable resource. Brew alky resource. Brewed resource. I guess brewed resource makes the most sense. Brewed resource. Brewed item resource. Brewed item resource. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. Class name brewed item resource. Dude, what if you can make cough? Thought about that. Folder brewed items. Create new script. Sometimes I feel like this kind of shit's easier in like a JSON format, but whatever. Almost certainly it is, right? Instead of making all these like resources. Well, I don't know. It's kind of nice having resources like this. Because with JSON, if you have to change like a property somewhere, you have to go through all of them individually. Where like this one, you can like change stuff with just a class and it updates them. I think resources are easier, but whatever. Not what we're here for. This is a brewed item resource. This is beer. Just plain old beer. Name is beer. It's gonna blow your mind, I know. Atlas texture. We're gonna go ahead and load it up. So we can load this guy. Assets, item sprites. This one's 32, 0, 32, 32. Okay, run. Was wrong. This does not exist. Yep, that's a fair point. Because this equals this now. Okay, go. There's one other one that's missing. Yep. It's gonna be this now. And then to fix this thing, yeah, I know. We don't say if, we say is brewable resource. Yeah. So good. And then in the bar, we say if the name is brewed item resource. Yeah. And now I can touch the cask and the game doesn't crash, even though it returns a null. Isn't that great? And I can pick this up and I can try to turn it into the bar, and the bar will say, "Nuh-uh, idiot. That's a thing you gotta brew still, dummy." You put it in the cask, then you can pick it up from the cask, and then I can put it into the bar, and everything works, and everything is great. Okay. All right. Next, we need to buy seeds and grow stuff. We technically have a gameplay loop right now. Like you can make the number go up, which is pretty exciting. We do need to modify it slightly so that you can, it's actually fun at all, even a little bit, which is a bit of a thing we're lacking at the moment, but how do we do that? I don't know. How does anyone know anything, really? Let me see. Let me see. I don't know. I'm thinking. I think what I want to do is I don't want to like do the entire UI right now. I just want to be able to like buy a seed from the computer. And so first thing I need to do is expand the Atlas text. Have like a seed. So I'm gonna do that first. So, and I think if I expand it here, everything should be okay. If I say sprite size and I add plus 32, it's 32, yeah, like this. Didn't want to do it like that. Canvas size, plus 32. And then shift it to the left. And then all the regions should still be fine. And then I can grab like this and do this. And then I can say hop seeds real quick. Hop seeds, HS. That's more like a 5, but that's okay. Hop seeds. It's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. It also kind of looks like it says high school. So now I need a new class, and this is plantable resource. So I need a new resource. Nope. I need a new script. A new script. Item resource. Classes. This is plantable. Item resource. Class name. Plantable item resource. Extends item resource. That. Yo, what's up, everything? Welcome in. Everything in animation. In Hanya. Okay. So like this. And then I need to make something that you can actually plant. So I'm going to go create new folder here. This will be plantable items. Or seeds, I guess, is the... I think it's more like seeds. Memory learning and hard work and smashing my head on a freaking keyboard because I forgot a single space in a multi-thousand line Python script, and Python didn't tell you where there was an error in the past and it wouldn't run, and so the bittersweet voice of violence is calling me to punch a hole in my monitor and use regex and notepad++ after 3 hours of pulling my hair out. That's how you learn things. So true. Making a game? Oh, hell yeah. I should, in case some things aren't seeds and they're like a trellis or something. Plantable items. And we're gonna create a new resource here. Plantable item. You hate me? Why do you not see this? Create new resource. Plantable. Weird. Hops seeds. This. Hops seeds. I'm realizing we need one other thing, like a store listing. So like the store will have like a item resource and a price associated with that thing. We need to make that at some point too. Yeah. We also need to make like a UI for actually buying stuff at the store. I think right now I'm literally just gonna make like a square box that you can click on. Oh, you need a way to like select stuff. I've never done like a selection in a controller before. I don't know how that works. No idea. Oh, we also need to build like the ability to like place down buildings and stuff too. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I mean, you can just put the building into your inventory though. The building isn't an item. Well, the building is an item. The building item is just so happens to be a building. Well, that's actually fine. It'll just extend off item resource. Or what is better is probably like the building resource will be its own thing, but the item resource tells you that you're putting down a building, maybe? I don't know. That's cool. What's the game about? So we're doing a game for the Godot Wild Gem number 92. The theme is brewing. We're making a game where you're like, we're calling it Dwarf Brewing Co. You run around and you brew beers for people at a bar. Now, that sounds really exciting, but if you look at the game, it's all placeholders right now. This is the crop. You can tell because it's slightly green. You can pick stuff up in there. Here's my placeholder sprite. You can put it into this cask, which you can tell because it's slightly brown. You wait until it brews a beer, and then you can go drop off the beer to the bar. And hopefully, like, there'll be people lining up here that'll like have orders that you can fulfill at the bar. And I think like as you complete levels, the orders will get more complex. Like the first one will just be like brew hops, and you're like, okay, yeah, sure. There's like 3 people for hops, done. And then level 2 is maybe like there's hops, but also like cherry something. I don't know. You can like flavor the beer with cherries or something like that. And so people will order one of the 2 things, and then eventually it gets to the point where like you have to manage like this whole farm area and like keep the bar stocked and something like that. Not 100% sure yet. Base gameplay loop though is just pick up the thing, put the thing in the thing, wait 3 seconds, pick up the thing, put it onto the bar, get money. It kind of works. And then you should be able to go here to buy more seeds to plant. But this doesn't work yet. When you harvest the plant, should it like stay growing? Should you not need to plant? No, I think it's like started. Like you have to plant every time, even though that's not really how plants work. They don't just instantly die when you like harvest the fruit or whatever. But I think for our situation, that's kind of how it's going to be. Also, most of the things that like grow on trees probably won't have to grow on trees. They're going to like grow in a bush or something. I guess grapes grow on a vine. Oh, maybe you can make wine. Maybe like if an elf visits, they want wine. Ooh, that's interesting. You could have like casks and also like a wine thing. You don't really brew wine in a cask, I don't think. Well, then again, you don't really brew beer in a cask either. It's a video game, okay? We're not going for perfect realism. Like a farm simulator? Kinda, yeah. It's you have to do farming, yes. But it's also like a kind of like Diner Dash where you're like fulfilling orders and stuff. I guess it'd be like Stardew Valley plus like Atomic Crops plus Diner Dash. It's kind of the vision, I guess. That makes sense. Trying to think of what I want to do next though. I think I do need to just bite the bullet and make like a menu here. The thing is, even if you pick up a seed though, like this thing doesn't like die. So maybe we program the seeds first and like the plant regrowth cycle and like farming tiles. And then we can do the thing where you can buy seeds. But until then, I can just give you a bunch of seeds to start off the game with. That probably makes the most sense to me. Maybe you don't need to buy new seeds. Maybe when you like brew the stuff, you get the seeds back. Instead of having to like buy seeds every time. Maybe so you pick up this thing and you put it into here. And then when you're done, it brews stuff, but also there's like a seed bin here that you can pick up seeds from. Well, but then how would you like get new plants? You'd have to order from the... I feel like it's weird that every time you have to go back to the computer, like you drop off beer and then you have to go back to the computer every time to buy new seeds. That feels strange to me. I feel like when you like use the plant, you should be able to take some of the seeds away from it. You can do like this, and then as it's brewing, like seeds will pop up like here, and you can grab more seeds, plant them, maybe. Well, the other thing I don't want you to just be able to like go in a circle, right? And do all the tasks. That would also be problematic, I think. I might just like think about it for a little bit longer. Game where you farm and then sell food. Are you playing Tattoo in the background? Yeah, this is my Vocaloid playlist. Yeah, you grow the food, you sell the food at the bar. I think like people will come in with specific orders, so they'll want like a certain flavor of beer, and then you have to like have the crops ready, and you can like pick up the ones that you need and put them into the cask, and then pick up the other one that you need and put it into the cask while it's brewing, and then you'll have like a flavored beer, and then you can drop it off and get like the order fulfilled. So they're like, oh, I want like cherry wine. You're like, okay, cool. Go over here, like if you have a cherry plant or something, you grab that, put that in a bin, grab the wine, put that in the bin, and then like put those into the thing really quick, have it brew, grab the brew, drop it off. Something like that. I guess it's kind of like more like Overcooked in that sense. Not 100% sure. I will say just like putting the thing in the thing's pretty fun. Oh, I soft locked the game again, I think. You can't switch what item is your active item. Really funny. Maybe we should adjust that first so you can actually like play the game properly. But I want to work on the growing part next. The computer thing, I'm not sold on this feature yet. Maybe this is just where you can buy like people to help you with the farm. I don't know what to do with the computer yet. You do need a way to get more seeds, but like I almost like the idea better is like, I don't know. There's a couple ways to do it. There's like one where it's like, okay, you get new seeds at the start of like each round or wave or whatever you want to call it. And that's what you need to use for that round to like do stuff. There's another way where it's like upcoming, the next like thing people want to order is like wine. So you got to get ready during this round because in the next round people are going to want wine. And for that you need to go to the computer and buy like wine seeds or something. And also buy more hops seeds. I don't hate that. It'll say like upcoming, the top right will say upcoming orders. And it'll let you know what's like on the way so you have time to like plant it. Because here you're also going to be able to buy upgrades of like more casks and more farming tiles and stuff like that. Okay. I think conclusion is I'm cool with you buying the seeds from here. I don't know if it's the most fun way of doing it, but I'm cool with it for now. Maybe there's a place that the seeds get delivered like here, and at the start of each round, it gives you one seed for free of like the new type that you need. But if you want more than that, you have to go to the computer. And then for brewing, I guess you don't get the seeds back. You have to order more from the computer. No, I like the idea of when you brew stuff, you get the seeds back. That makes the most sense to me. That's kind of how it works IRL too. So you grab the thing you want to brew, you put it into the thing, it's brewing. You get the seeds, or the crops just don't die. You can just continue to harvest the same crop over and over. It just takes time to like regrow. Oh, it takes time to regrow. So you pick up the thing and you can like deposit, like if it's ready to grow, you can like put it into a bin here. Yeah. Okay, that's the way to do it. Because then you're not like just going in a loop forever. So here's the way it works. You grab something from the plant. When you do that, it starts to like regrow. You can put it in a cast directly if you want, but there's also like a box here. You can put the stuff in the box. So you want to just constantly there's always pressure to like continue to harvest stuff so you're not like losing out on efficiency. But also you need to brew stuff. So the box will be like here and you can pick up stuff from the box and brew it. So there'll also be portions where you're like just like brewing like 3 things at once. You're going to pick up the stuff from here and you're going to turn it in to fulfill certain orders. So while you're doing nothing, you can like stockpile ingredients for the next like order, and the orders will come in like waves. So you have to like have enough stuff prepared that you don't have to like worry about the farming part for a moment. So you can drop off and do orders for a while. And then you can go back to this. And then when you need like more like tiles for farming and stuff, that's when you come to the computer to buy stuff. Yes, we got there. We got there. You make the crops when they grow fruit. You can sell some, but you can plant some too. Make the hops and seeds wear out. Y'all really like the idea of having to like replant stuff, huh? Maybe when you brew, you get seeds back. But that goes into like a seed bin, and then you can pick which seeds you would need to replant. Okay, I like that. Okay, we have figured out the solution. There's a bin here for dropping off your plants. There's a bin here for collecting seeds. When you brew something, it will give you both the beer and it'll also put seeds into the seed bin. You can at any point in time come grab seeds from the seed bin and replant stuff. So you have pressure to pick up stuff and put it over here. You have pressure to pick up stuff and brew it to get seeds back. You have pressure to take the seeds and put it back into the tiles to grow stuff. You have incentive to fulfill the orders at the bar, and then you also have incentive to like buy more casks and buy more like tiles and stuff. Yes. Okay. That's the way to do it. So you have 2 bins here. So you want to always be brewing. Oh, and maybe we have like a keg for different beers. So you can, if you have downtime, you can like take the brewed stuff, put it into kegs. Then you can brew more of your seeds or brew more plants so you can get more seeds so you can plant more stuff. Yes. Yes. That's the way to do it. Okay. That makes the most sense to me. That seems pretty fun, actually. We're leaning more towards the Atomic Crops Diner Dash side of the inspiration, but I kind of fuck with that. So if we want to make that, what do we need to do next? We need to do like plant regrowth stuff. So we need 2 things. We need a chest here and a chest here. One for like the seeds that when you're done brewing, the seeds will just magically pop into this thing. There'll be some like mechanism here that just hand wave it. The seeds appear into the seed bin. Don't worry about that. And they also have like a vegetables bin, so you can take stuff from here and put it into the chest for vegetables and stuff. And then later you can pick up the stuff from the vegetables chest and brew it. So first things first, when I grab this thing, it should... We need to like make a dirt tile first. So we make a dirt tile, and then I'll start the game with like 1 seed in your inventory. You can plant the seed, and then it'll take time for the seed to grow. Once it's done, you can harvest it, and then it'll go back to being a dirt tile, and then you can put the hop in the chest. Yeah. Yeah, okay. To do all of that though, you need to be able to change what's in your active inventory. So that's like my #1 priority right now. The way I want to do that is in the UI, I want to have like a cursor basically. If I go 2D mode here, this hotbar container is going to have 1 extra thing right here. Well, where should this be? I guess it should live in the... It can't live in the margin container. It can live here, maybe? Roll. We need to make like a selecty box. The things are 50 by 50. So if we go to GIMP and we can just like throw something together real quick. We're gonna make it 54 by 54. And I'm just gonna make my life really easy. Line tool, please. Maybe even 55 by 55. Every plant could take like 1 to 3 minutes to grow fruit or less. I don't know. I think the simpler the crop, the faster it grows. So I think hops will grow in like 10 seconds. And I think the more complicated crops, like as the game gets more complicated, will take way longer. So you have to like prepare them way in advance. And that's like the difficulty curve. The harder the orders, the longer it takes for stuff to like grow. Like one lever we can use to make the game more easy or difficult. I don't know. Something like that. Good song. It's in Sun Voltex too. I haven't played Sun Voltex in so long. I'm going through withdrawals, brother. Holy shit. Okay, let me think for a moment. We have this thing. I feel like 55 by 55 might make more sense. I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, it's fine. Here. Gotta go. Good luck with your game. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Hope to see you around again. This is Dwarf Brewing Co. Here, assets. That's gonna be selection sprites. Hotbar selected hotbar sprite. Select hotbar selected sprite. Hotbar selected sprite. If we want to change it later, we can. It should be active item sprite. Active hotbar sprite. Like that. Okay. In this control, I'm gonna have a texture direct. Actually, it can just be a texture direct. Why am I making this just texture direct? Like that, and then we simply add the asset like this. We need to center you up a bit, and we're also going to adjust your offset by. Why would I do it this way? This is such an ass way of doing this. This is so wrong. No, get out of here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the thing. It'll be on the. Why would I move it myself? This is so silly. Go here, obviously. And we just and then we just adjust you to be like this. And it doesn't mess with the minimum size. They're all gonna be active now, but that's fine. Wow, that kind of hurts my eyes a lot. That's okay. Okay, so we do this, and then we only do this control if it's the active item. So, is active or active item highlight? Yeah, item highlight. Cool. Function set active. We need the item highlight. Visible equals true. There you go. The way we adjust this, we could track which one is active and then like update set inactive. That's probably this one. Set inactive.
item highlight visible false. And this starts as not visible. Yep. Okay, and then in the inventory, we're going to do a couple things here. Consume active item. This doesn't update the selected item. Set up inventory like this. Inventory resize. Selected item is 0. So we're going to say, do we want to do that? We only need to do this when we're changing the select. Yeah, so we'll have something like this. Function change selected item. We're going to say UI to update selected item. So we're going to say selected item, new selected item. What this will do is just directly set one to be inactive, one to be inactive. Old selected item, new selected item. This be item index, by the way. This index returns void. Let's go, and then we're say hotbar hbox dot get child old index dot set inactive. What did I call it? Set inactive. And then hotbar hbox dot get child new selected item index dot set active. And at the start of the game, we need to set the first one to be active. So set up hotbar. We're going to say hotbar to hbox dot get child one dot set active. Now that should put a black box around inventory number 1. Nope, the entire thing fucking crashes. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Nope, game crashes. Cannot convert argument 1 from nil to int. From nil to int. Not convert. What the fuck do you. What? Huh? Inventory. Array 0. Inventory size is null. Why is inventory size null? What? It's 10, bro. What do you... What? Does export not run before ready? That... No, that's incorrect. It definitely... It 100% does. What? What is this being called here? How would this be the thing that broke, by the way? Yeah, if that was true, then the gold also wouldn't work, because this is also export var. Something weird is happening. Inventory size selected item. These are both 0. Why? If that was if this didn't work before on ready, then inventory would also be null, by the way. Is it because it doesn't have a... Is it because it's getting defaulted to the right value? I don't know what the fuck that was all about. I'm realizing this is off by 1, by the way. Oh, this is 0. My bad. Now it should be active item is 1. Perfect. And then we can hit this and it'll put in a thing. Now I should be able to use right and left to change what active item I have. So we need a input map. We need a UI select select right item. UI. What would you call this? Like you're moving to the right, the item on your right. Select right active, select right hotbar items. UI select right hotbar item. It's a bit unwieldy, but that's all right. Gonna be the joypad axis 5, thank you. On mouse and keyboard, you're probably just gonna use the keys to like select which item you want. So I don't know if you would really need like a thing that goes left and right. So I'm just gonna do the controller one first. And then UI select left hotbar item. I like that. Okay, cool. Okay, in the inventory, we need to listen for these inputs then. So function process, and yes, technically speaking, we don't need to put this in the process. I know. Okay, you don't gotta. You could do input, listen for event, would also be fine. But I like doing it in the process because I'm a freak. If input dot is, we should just, this is gonna be easier. What do I want to say? Update hotbar active item. So this will run every frame, but only if the keys are pressed. Which is effectively the same as listening for the event, because it runs on every... Listen. Yeah. If inputs dot is action just pressed, UI select right hotbar item. We're going to say selected item plus equals 1% 10. This will make it wrap around, right? So if I'm at 10, I add 1. Or if I'm at 9, I add 1, I go to 10, and then it wraps back around. Yep. Elif input dot is action just pressed UI select left hotbar item selected item minus equals 1% 10. And then I want to update the active item. So where do I do that? Right here. So I'm actually going to do this. +1. Change selected item. Like this. -1. Hopefully this lets us move this thing to the right and left. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Does it work the right? Nope. Breaks. Set active in null instance. Yeah. Something is wrong with my math. It's not by 9, is it? I'm adding... I go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I add 1 to 9. Percent 10 is 0. So why does it work to the left but not the right? What? Huh? New selected item is 10. How the fuck could it ever be 10? It's mod 10, bro. What? How's that possible? What? How is 1% 10 never... How it can't be 10? That's impossible. What the hell? Something weird is happening. I don't know. How does 9 become 10? It literally can't be 10. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm just gonna print. I have legit no idea why this math doesn't check out. It's not by 9, right? No, that doesn't make any sense. It would never, it wouldn't, by 9 doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe percent doesn't do what I think it does. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 2. Hey, what's the modular operator in Godot? Because it is clearly not percent. The only reason it works is because negative indexes just work in Godot. That's really funny. Godot modular operator. Why is this taking so long to Google something? It is percent. What the fuck? Integers only. I'm only using it on an integer. When working with negative, the percent we can return negative values. What? Use pause mod function for integers and F? No, that's way too heavy-handed. I don't understand how this is... Is it percent? Oh, is it... Here's a weird thing. Anyone ever, like, PEMDAS max? But when the fuck was modular trigger in PEMDAS? Apparently it's faster than... I guess it's modular division, and so it's triggering... It's doing 1. It's doing the modular to 1 first, I guess. Let me try that. Nice ears. Hey, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I understand what happened. this should be like this. And this should be like this. I got PEMDASed, bro. I have a degree in mathematics. Why is it working? Try again. Boop, 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 boop. Yay! It's working now. It's fucking me up that it can go negative. I still feel like that's wrong. But I guess... Okay, actually, it is... I'm not going to mathematics post, but technically you can't. Like, modular should always return a positive integer. But it's never the one you think it is, and so for game dev, it's actually better that it returns this. But now I can grab this, and like, oh, my active item is 3, so nothing happens. But if I go to hops, I can put the hops in the cask, and then it all works. Yeah, dude. I can pick you up. I can even grab more than one hops now. I can grab like a bunch of them, and I can put them in the cask. Oh, yeah. It doesn't update what's above my head, which is a bit annoying, I'm realizing, but that's okay. So I can grab this, and then, yeah. What if my item is -9? Weirdly, the index still just like works fine. Even though I do feel like it should be positive, but whatever. It kind of just works out in my favor, so I can't be too mad about it. We need to update the active item on the player when we change this. We're gonna say update selected item. Nope. Python negative indexes also work the same way. Yep. So it's actually, it kind of works out that it works that way, even though technically it's not mathematically like perfectly shown, but that's right. Change selected item. I'm also gonna say player dot update active item. So now if I grab it, something has gone terribly wrong. Okay, the thing is actually in the wrong inventories. Oh, because I'm doing it before the fuck. This is the wrong way of doing this, by the way. I hate this. This shouldn't update after. Yeah, it's okay. Now we have nothing. Okay, now it works. I can pick up a bunch of hops. And I have them all in my inventory, and I can put them into the thing, and they can start to ruin. I can pick it up, and I can put it into the bar and get my money. I can put another one in here. Yeah, dude, yeah. Can you pick up more hops than you have inventory spots? No, the game will crash. Don't even, why would you even try that? Why are you trying to break my game? Huh? It's fucked up. It's low. Yeah. You're so greedy, you know? I give you 10 perfectly good inventory spots, and the only thing you can think of is what if I pick up 11 things? What is wrong with you, huh? You can't just be happy with the things that are in front of you. You must ask for more. What is, come on. The house is edging, Roy. The house is edging. Fuck Vegas. That's so true though. The house is edging. It's crazy. All right, but we can pick stuff up. Hell yeah. I'm curious about how much harder this game is, by the way, if you don't have the tool hitbox. Probably a lot more difficult. That's okay. That's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. I'm so glad we got all the inventory stuff done today. Next is the dirt. Next we need to fix the dirt. I think I'm gonna make like 3 plots of growing land. I don't know. And then I'll start you off with 3 seeds, and you can plant the things into the ground. And then you can pick the stuff up from the stuff you planted, and you can turn it into beer or wine or whatever, I don't know. And then you can drop it off at the bar, get more money, and then there'll be more quests that come up as you play. I kind of love my like stupid placeholder game. I'm kind of tempted to turn like the bar and the barrel and the cask into their own placeholder variants too. That being said, I think I'm out of time for today. I think I'm gonna be done. Sorry for streaming at a weird hour. I realize like no one that knows, like the people that I feel like I regularly interact with are not online during this time, even though this like time is kind of nice for me. But tomorrow will be super early, so tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming at hopefully like 6 a.m. my time, something like that. So I can do a little bit of work before work. Because I have found that if I try to do game jams after work, it just doesn't happen. That shit is untenable. But before is really nice, and then I can just focus at work too. I don't have to think about game jams or anything. So I'm gonna try to get a bunch of stuff done before work tomorrow. So I'll be back at like 5 a.m. JST or 5 or 6 a.m. JST hopefully. And then we can work more on our silly brewing game. It's kind of fun. Definitely not be awake 6 a.m. your time. That's okay. You were here to hang out with me today when none of the other regulars were here. That's not that bad of a thing, you know. It's okay. The person in my house just subscribed to me. Interesting. Hello. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the sub. I'll say the lines even though I know you personally. All right. Insider for sure, yeah. You're playing Mario Party at my house and drinking expensive alcohol that I don't remember the name of. It was fun. I had a good time with my friends last night. That is why I was a little bit later today, though. I think I went to bed at like 1 a.m. or something. I was so sleepy, bro. Most tired guy in all of Tired Town. Woke up this morning like hella sleepy too. It's all good. I will say just like mindlessly dropping off the things at the counter is fun. We might have a video game. I know I've said it before, but I'm hoping if I can get like some people involved too for like music and art too. I might reach out directly because I've been streaming at weird times, so I don't know if any of like the people that I normally collab with are even mildly interested in collabing, especially last time because I didn't finish the fucking game, but it's okay, I did my best. And I'll do my best this time. I'm cautiously optimistic. I feel like there's still a lot of work to get done, and I want to have it in a state where like the only thing I have to do next weekend is wrap up like UI stuff and like menus and stuff like that. There's like, I want to have all the functionality of the game done by Friday, I think. Because last time I said by Saturday and it bled over into Sunday and we didn't finish the game. So I'm going to try to get everything done by Friday. And if it's not, whatever I need to have done, if it's not done by Friday, I will just like, I'm trying to build the game loop like iteratively. So there's always like a video game to submit this time. Yeah. What are we making? Yeah, what's up, Leviathan? I'll give you a quick explanation. This is Godot Wild Jam number 892, I think. And the theme is brewing. So we're making a game where you're a little dwarf and you run a brewing company. And I'll explain with my super nice placeholders. But basically, you have like a farm, sort of like Stardew Valley Atomic Crop style. You pick up stuff from your farm. You put it into your casks, like this. You put stuff into the casks. And then you pick up the beer that you brew and you can drop it off at the counter. And you get money. And then you can go to the computer and look at this beautiful computer menu. You can buy upgrades here. Except you can't because it's a giant white box, but that's okay. Yeah, you can like, yeah, it's like I said, kind of like Stardew Valley plus Atomic Crops plus like Diner Dash, because people will come with like specific orders that they need. You have to like brew it in a certain way or something. Bangin'. Thanks, Twin. Looks really fun. It's more fun than I thought it would be to just like put the thing in the thing. Like I've just been sitting here shooting the shit for like 5 minutes and just brewing beers. It's actually, I'm enjoying it. There's a lot more that I want to do, and I think like the gameplay loop, while it technically exists, yes, it's not like fully established yet, even with all the placeholders. But the other thing is I want to make sure I'm uploading to itch pretty regularly. So before I go, I'm gonna get this onto Git and then get it to itch as well. Sitting in Discord with friends chatting slop game. Wow. That you're making or that you're playing? Lots of slop games going around, huh? Dwarf Brewing Co. Get status. I'm just committing everything to main. Get add. Yeah. Git commit inventory and hotbar. And item resources. Git push. And then I want to export this out. So this is v0.0.2 projects, exports for project. We're going to go new folder. That's always exciting. v0.0.2 Dwarf Brewing Co to HTML. Is it easier to just name it index.html there, by the way? Actually, I don't know the answer to that. Dwarf Brewing Co. exports. There we have v.0.2. Getting back into Bizarre, I think that counts as sitting in Discord with friends chatting slop game. Dude, I don't know what it was with the Bazaar, but that game did not hook me. And I feel like it should have. Like, on paper, it was a heater for me, and it just didn't click for some reason. I have no idea why. I hope you're enjoying it, though. Like, I'm not mad if you're enjoying it, you know? I think it's a pretty sick. Pretty fun. Go here. Edit game. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Upload. Oh, I need to zip it. We're going to go to this. We rename to index.html. We grab the whole thing and we zip it up. 7-zip. Compress. Add to archive. Okay. I like this song. Is this another Jamie Page? It's not. Who's Roma? 1,100 listeners. That's a good one. I like it. Oh, they're new too. All this is 2025. Wow. Wow. I love making music and I'm human. Yay, stuff is cool. Miku forever. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, I've heard. Like it. Cool. Can I upload my stuff, please? This one. Played in browser. You may not download it. I mean, you can download it, I guess, if you own the DOM, so you can download it if you really feel like it. The funny thing is, you actually can't play this without a controller right now. I'm just realizing. Right trigger, left trigger, change selected item. I have not made the controls for playing this with mouse and keyboard. You can't change your active item on mouse keyboard yet. That's really funny. All right, what's in the next version? We did inventory system. Unfortunately, we did not do buy seeds, plant crops. We're gonna do crop updates. So we're gonna do planting, harvesting, and hopefully we'll have regrowing. Seeds come from brewing or computer. Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna do regrowing. Seeds come from brewing for now. Something like that. Okay. Save it. And then it should be play. Let's make sure it's playable. Last time it wasn't. Let's see. Nice. You can pick up the thing. You can put the thing in the thing. Can I change my inventory? I can. I can pick the thing up from the thing and I can put it in the bar. Hell yeah, we have a video game. Does the money display? I can't see it. It does. Okay, it's in the top left. Cool. Alrighty. That's it for me. I'm tired. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave. Bye, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. See ya. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Should I host? Nah, I don't care anymore.